never really considered words. They just come, through these senses, listening, looking, writing, um, and giving words meaning. Why do words have meaning, you see? When words get a meaning, life then replicates that what lives in this body needs a meaning. Because the words are suggesting meaning. They've been created as meaningful. We have emotions that can be stimulated by meaning to create much deeper and profound feelings. So it's as if we are trying to stimulate what we are. And of course that mind says, well, that's not a negative thing, to stimulate what we are, to enhance what we are. But if you look at it like, say there's a God, a powerful man, powerful light, powerful source, the Father, as Christ creates it. And he writes, or he gives authority for specific human beings throughout this livingness, permission to write about what he's trying to convey to them. Well, this God, it says in the Bible, I created man. I gave them everything. I gave them the planet, I gave them earth, I gave them water, fire, earth, air, ether, metal, steel. I gave them everything. I sat down one day and said, if I had billions of children and I wanted to give them my whole self, my whole meaning about being here, I want to give them the best. I want to give them everything so they don't have to work for anything. They don't have to suffer and be depressed and starve. I'm going to give them everything. And I'll make them equal so they share it equally. Well, this God, why is there a need to enhance that what is been given? You see, because the mind wants to start fighting now and say, well, yes, over the centuries, but certain people have been greedy, certain people don't give things away for nothing. We're not equal anymore. God built a hierarchical pyramid of wealth and poverty, down to poverty, and we are to blame. Of course we're to blame. So if that's what is perceived by each individual, yeah, okay, yeah, God gave us everything and we mucked it up, yeah. So what we'll do is I'll continue to slightly muck it up by wanting more, by trying to enhance, by using words, by creating a better life, giving more livingness, more meaning, more. I can hide. I can hide and go to church every day. I can go to the hall, the mosque, whatever people religiously celebrate in a Sunday or whatever day it is. And I can say, forgive me. And forgive the rest of the world for what we do. And they feel good about that, you see. And then when some special human being comes along, like Buddha or Ramana Maharshi, and say, no, deny the words, deny the thoughts. and you'll see what God gave us with clear eyes, not muddy eyes, not little sin eyes, not I don't give a shit major sin eyes, but clear, pure eyes. And when you understand through experience, through searching, through inquiring within what Ramana Maharshi and Buddha are pointing at, you understand that words are just vibrations, they're noise. They're not going to bring you peace, they're not going to bring you happiness, they're not going to bring you love, they're not going to bring you depression, they're not going to bring you the bad things and the good things, because they're just conceptual ways of trying to enhance something that is perfect. Let me give you an example that you cannot deny. If you've had children, have you not had children or witnessed a newborn child from a close family member, and you look into its eyes and you say, my God, this one is beautiful. This one is perfect. This one is just, there's nothing I can do to enhance this one, to make this one better. This is the most purest experience, the most beautiful, loving. You can't even call it an experience, because it's a connected response to something that is exquisitely pure. That's how God and his permission to write passages about what God is about. I give you the world, I give you earth, I give you a body, I give you everything. Because I love you, because I see you as pure. You don't have to do anything. And that's the misinterpretation, the misconstrued way for the hierarchy says, well, we have to get them to do things, you know. So we'll pretend that that God was a powerful figure and he wanted superior ones up there and inferior ones would go to hell. It's not true, you see. There's not such a thing as hell. This is heaven and this is hell. Whatever you want to make of it, words will take you to either. Words and their meaning will take you to hell or heaven. That's the life that we live. That's what God gave us. A mind to say, okay. The mind was there to say, I appreciate everything. I'm not going to change anything. I don't want more. I don't need more. Those that appear to be starving, they can have it for nothing, because I have enough to share. And he sends down Christ with his bread and his fish and his wine, and we still ignore, because we don't want to be pure. We like the excitement, the challenge. We like the competition. We like being gladiators in the ring of the Colosseum, fighting against the Romans, or the Romans fighting against the gladiators. It matters not which one you are. You're here to fight. You're here to challenge. You're here to compete. You're here to have meaning. You're here to have purpose. That's what the mind says. And God says, it's all here. You don't have to do anything. I give you everything that you need. But you want more. You want to bargain. You want to negotiate. You want to use words and create words to create division, which leads to war, suffering, depression. And then we fight in the war and we think the words of war will bring us peace, and it brings us what we call peace. But if you take away the peace in the war, everything was as it is before. Words give anything meaning. The speaker is using words, but not to gain, not to superpower something, to attain something, to make it flourish, or make it feel so sad. Words. I was at school when I went to school when I was young. I remember the teacher saying in the maths class, a question on the board, and asked the class, put up a hand for an answer. And no one put their hands up because no one knew the answer. And the teacher says, could someone give me the answer? And this little boy put up his hands and said, is that not the answer? The teacher says, what? He says, you said someone. Is not the sum of one that what we are? Are we not the sum of one? And the teacher says, this is not a philosophy class. This is real maths. Don't play with words. Don't analyze words. Just listen to the words. If you learn maths, you'll learn meaning. When you go to the philosophy class, you'll learn something else. Whatever it is you're learning is with words. The some say maths is broken into symbols, syllables, lines, new numbers, but they're all made with the same. Squiggles. That's what words are, squiggles, and that's what we start becoming. We squiggle along like the worm, wording our way through life, trying to avoid words, trying to find words to get us a job, trying to use words to manipulate, to get ownership, to gain access, to be poetic, to be musical, to be artistic. Pictures, same as words. Everything, sensory equipment is in here. When it's nonsense, when it's desensitized. Nonsense does not mean, you see the word nonsense, oh that's nonsense. You're ridiculing. Nonsense means no, it has no sense. It makes no sense. Desensitize the senses means there's nonsense. Are you dead? Do you not still eat, drink, breathe? This is primitive, of course. This is not what you want to do. Oh, I've gained so many words in my hard drive. I don't want to lose them. And the minute the last breath comes, nothing. No, that's a word. No thing. Nothing. If you're going to play with words, play with I. Play with that one symbol. Play with it every day, every moment that you get that opportunity. Play with I. They're very simple words. Christ gave us all the words. But we think, no, it's the meaning within the words. Yes, the meaning is through me. I is the way. That's what Christ said. That's what he wants you to say. Investigate I. And when any words that come, any experiences, any perceptions, any feelings, any kundalini, all that stuff, deny it. No, this is not I. I is beyond. I is beyond all words, meaning, purpose. Opposites, lights, darks. I is beyond that. That is. Is. I do believe that some certain groups were formed by is. Ice is. And we think they're terrorists or aliens or whatever. You know, the Catholics think the Jews are terrorists and aliens, and the Hindus think that the Muslims are terrorists and aliens, and the men think the women are terrorists and aliens, and we think that aliens up in space are aliens and terrorists towards us, but we're pure. Of course we're pure. But we don't have to think these things. We just have to live and be as God made us. Grateful. Grateful without words. Can you show gratitude without saying thank you? Can you share your food without taking money? No. That's what we don't want to do. Because we think we can do it better than God.